He had horses like you wouldn't believe. Blind in one eye and couldn't see out of the other eye.
I know you love your family, and I think that's very important to you, and that shows in the story. It comes out with the passion that you have for filmmaking, and they say you should always start with something that you really know, and what do you know any better than your family? That you have all the experiences with. They are there for you when you're in trouble. They give you hell when you're doing the wrong thing, embarrassing them or whatnot. And that's just what I like to say about that part. Bill, you may not know Mike Bonifer, but I guarantee you, his search for you is really great. And if you have any sense at all, you'll take that part of his father. I just think that it's a really exciting project, and it's more than obviously just about Bill Murray. It's about people. It's about people all over the world, or all over the country, whoever you interviewed. And somehow there's people like, particularly in a documentary, there's nothing that people like more than other people. And I think that's one of the great things about this particular film. It's a film about people. You don't know what they're going to say. I mean, they can really surprise you, and they reveal themselves. I said, Vorky said, one of the really great things about a documentary, and I think I'll say this about this documentary because it's true, a genuine documentary is like an 8mm movie of your family. They know the camera's running. They know you're here taking the pictures. That's as true, as much truth as you could possibly get. They know they're on, and you're photographing them. So there is no more truth than people revealing themselves, knowing the camera is on them. Any physical action that you do where you analyze it, break it down to many different parts, that makes the screen come alive. And coming alive is exactly what Vorky wanted to do. He wanted not only to come alive, he also wanted to choreograph the images. What you had to do was analyze motion. Any action had to be analyzed. And if you analyzed it, it would make the screen come alive. And that was the function of a filmmaker, to make that screen come alive. Now, you could do it with emotion and drama, but we're just talking about the physical action. For example, then, if you went and Bill Murray says, "Hey, I like a beer." So the bartender looks at him and says, "Sure." The camera is on Bill Murray saying, in very close, saying, "I like a beer." And then the bartender, you cut to the bartender, and he pulls the thing down, the stuff comes out, he grabs it with his hand, he takes it and he shoots it over to Bill, puts it on the counter and shoots it over to Bill. And you cover that in many ways. You cover it from behind Bill, you cover it from going to Bill, and then the guy down, and then when Bill takes a drink, you also cover that very tight. And then
Let's say that.
Very tight.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
Real tight. And then you go long. Then Bill says, here's the guy down there on the other end of the bar, and he says, "Hey, I'd like to taste that beer. It looks good." And so you get him lowering it, and then back to the middle of the bar as he shoots it down to the other end.
Let me see that again.
He shoots it down to the other end.
Okay.
Okay. Then he takes the camera and gets it coming from. The first shot would be from Bill shooting it, throwing it down. The second shot would be like going past the camera to the guy.
Okay,
and
do it again.
Goes past the camera to the guy.
Okay.
Right. He's sitting at the other end of the bar, and close up, his hand comes down and stops it. He grabs it and he takes it out. Starts to take it out of the camera, swish up to his face, and he takes a sip of it.
Okay, let's see that move.
He swishes up to him, and he takes a sip of it.
All right.
And he says, "Thank you, Bill. This is great beer. I really appreciate sharing this beer with you."
And Bill says,
"Who are you?"
okay.
That's 80 years old, both of us. That's really something.